All right, fam. So here I am back at the workers' quarters or workers' area, and my security guy Vasco has come, and he has cleaned out for himself. I offered to clean it, but he's like, "No, I got it." So anyway, this is it cleaned out. Looks a lot better than it did, prior to spider webs and all that stuff in here. But he got it, cleaned pretty decently. So what I'm getting ready to do is on the door here. I had to break the locks because you might remember me telling you that he didn't have the locks to it. So I bought some new locks and I'm just putting the new hardware back on here so that, you can lock it from the outside. And of course, I'm going to replace this one here so that it can be locked on the inside, when he's in. So anyway, gonna go ahead and do that. And that's what I'm doing now. And actually I'm gonna, get some paint in here a bit. I had the electricians come out to make sure that the light work, and they did the same thing for the room next door. I'm gonna do the same thing with that. So anyway, a lot of stuff going on up in here. He brought himself a bed or something to sleep on. So, again, culture, right? Culture. But I may, go ahead and get him like a chair and maybe a few other things. Now, I'm kind of looking at this long term, whether it's here another year or whether I'm someplace else. And I have a workers area. It's kind of like, I think the teacher's lounge, right? The teacher's lounge is kind of comfortable. You get a nice chair in here, get it kind of relaxing, nice environment to be in. And that's how I want to think of this place, really like a teacher's lounge here and the one next door. So anyway, as you can see, I got all my tools or bought some tools that I'll use to do a lot of this fix up, and that's what I'm doing now. All right. So I'll be back after a while. I'll get it all done. All right. So I'm back a few minutes later. Just want to show. So I did go ahead and put the lock on here for Vasco. I should have filmed while he was here, but I'll introduce Vasco in a minute. So put a lock on this one, the new lock, new hardware and all that good stuff. And got Vasco cleaning out the other one and putting a lock on this one. So almost done doing this one, and then that'll be a wrap for out here. So eventually, get some paint, kind of paint inside. He's got to clean out the inside of here. I can show inside. I think, show inside. So right now I still got stuff, but I had an electrician put the light up, make sure that worked, make sure the electricity worked. And, the more I'm inside of this, I see, it's a lot of potential to be a decent space. Like I said, it's just got to be cleaned up, cleaned out, and all that stuff. So that's cool. So Vasco got a lot of the yard looking really good. Like I say, he's the security and he is the gardener, or will be, for this probationary time. But so far, so good. He did what he said he was going to do. He was on time, and I give him like a walkie-talkie I brought with me and flashlight. It's telling him to bring those back in the morning so they can charge back up again. He did that, so that's good. So good sign so far, but still a lot to be seen. So anyway, I'm gonna get ready to finish putting this lock back on here. I'll be back. Okay, family. So this is Vasco. Vasco is the security, and he is also the gardener here at the house. So good man, good person. He speaks Swahili. He also speaks a little English, Kidogo, but good enough where we can understand each other. So he has got all this cleaned out, and he's got the area, as you can see. Slowly but surely, he's getting everything together. So good man. And actually, he stays here. And he does, again, security. He does the garden. And tomorrow, I'm going to go get some more supplies that he needs so he can get the high grass and all that good stuff. So anyway, just want to introduce you to Vasco. And Vasco, this is my family and friends.
Okay. Hi.
All right.
Thank you.
Karibu.
Asante.
All right. Okay. Okay, fam. I just wanted to show something real quick. The work that Vasco has done. So I don't know if you remember, like all this was filled with, like, what do you call it? Pine and just a lot of debris and all that stuff. But he's cleaned this so much, you can even see the old brick that used to be here. And, just kind of got all this area cleaned up pretty good. And I'm, grateful for that. I mean, that's good work. Now, the deep part is, oh, you brothers sisters be working hard, make me feel lazy. I'm like, let me get on my game. But like, so, he doing security from 6 in the evening to 6 in the morning. And right after he got done with his shift, my man started getting in the garden, right? And Awa comes at about 8:45 in the morning, and she works hard until 2, and he's out here working with her. So I'm like, man, you done worked all night, and you done worked, now up until really just a few minutes ago, because, I just put those locks on the workers' quarters or doors, and, he's working. So he asked me, he said, listen, he said, what time do you want me to start the garden? I know today I started the same time as Mama. Now, when he says Mama, he's talking about Awa. A lot of respect here for elders. He even called me father, which threw me off a little bit, but again, culture. So he said, what time do you want me to start? Do you want me to work the same hours that Mama work? And I'm like, look, you taking care of the garden. So as long as everything looks good, things are trimmed, when things get high, you take care of it, and everything looks good, I don't really have no time for you to start. Just keep it up, keep it looking good, and you work it how you work it, because, the guy got to rest at some point, and I'm not the white man. I don't, slave drive, and, I just don't do any of that. So I just, want you to do what you need to do when it's time to do it, and keep it looking nice, which, he's been doing so far, which is great. But, the whole time thing, if it takes you all day, it takes you all day. If it takes you 2 hours, it takes you 2 hours, because, you're not going to be in the yard. You can cut grass every day. You're not trimming every day, but you keep everything looking nice. And for that, I'm good. I'm good. So the other part is, that is kind of unique and different, takes some getting used to, is the worker area or the worker quarters can be employed like we know it, or like we may have thought. I know I did in the beginning. I thought, wow. So the workers that may work on your house, they, they live back there. I kind of thought it was just a place that they might, kind of stay, during the time that they work. But in reality, or in many cases, they work there. Now, when I was in Dar es Salaam and I was at the Exodus house, there were 2 young brothers there, and they were gardeners too. Every day you saw them come out, and they would rake or trim. They were doing something. And there was a house on that property that was like workers' quarters as well. And so, I didn't know at first. I kind of thought they were just kind of there during the day, but come to find out that they actually live there. And culturally, that's what happens times here. So I asked Vasco, I said, hey man, I said, do you have a home? Like a home? And he said that he stayed with his brother, and that, that's where he lived. But he said, you're giving me this job. It's been a blessing. And he really appreciated it. He wanted me to know, his level of loyalty and all those kind of things. And all that's good and well and fine. And, I can kind of, trust and believe it, give you the benefit of the doubt until you give me a reason not to. So right now it's the trust. So I said, okay, so you need to stay here. Like, you want to live in these particular quarters here. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. That's cool for now. We'll try it out and see how it is. I mean, obviously he's doing security for me, so there's some level of trust that you're going to extend. But I changed, I put those locks on, as you guys saw. Of course, I got keys to all the locks, and I got locks for the locks. So anyway, that's again something cultural, something different, something new for me to learn about, adjust to, and anyway, that's that. So glad I had a chance to get Vasco on film. The other thing, still I gotta get rid of these bugs, y'all. The other thing today, water was running low, like no water pressure. So I remember Haruna is the property manager, and the other day he was here. He showed me the water was getting low, so I paid, but I paid apparently the wrong government agency because the water kept getting low. So I was getting nervous calling him. I'm up on line trying to figure out how you pay water. And so you have something here called M-Pesa. Think about it like a debit card, and you put money on it, and then you can pay with M-Pesa. So anyway, Haruna came by. We went to the water authority because I couldn't do it on the phone. You have to get something like a control number. And then once you have the control number, then you can pay the water. So anyway, got that. I put down 50,000 T-shillings, which gave me, what is that? About 25 cubic meters of water, which comes out to about 6,000 gallons of water. So at first I was asking him, look, 23, is that good? Because, I'm thinking gallons, because should have known better, do my conversions first before I start assuming. But I'm thinking gallons, right? And he's like, man, this should last you for like 3 months or more. So I'm like, okay. Still wasn't sure about, meters cubed. So, of course, I went online and got a conversion and did, meters cubed and convert those to gallons, meters cubed liquid into gallons. And that comes out to about 6,200 gallons of water. So he's right. I mean, that's probably more like 6 months, because I put, actually put 60,000 shillings down. So yeah, so it's a lot of water. I'm glad about that. As soon as I got back here to the house and turned the water, well, actually, you got to go out. There's a meter out front, and you got to go out front, and you have to, do the meter. Well, I guess I won't walk out front now, but yeah, you go out front, and in the front, there's a meter. It's a prepaid meter. When you pay, you get what's known as a token, which is basically about 18 numbers. You type it into the meter. Once you do, then the meter releases all the water, or it opens it up so the water can fill up. I think you guys might have saw this, and if you didn't, I'm gonna show you now. But up on top of the house, you have these huge tanks, and yeah, you see it right there. So the water comes in, fills up that tank, and then when the tank gets low, it refills it until you've used all of your, 6,200 and something gallons of water, which again is going to be a minute because I was doing some calculations, and that's like going through 30 something gallons of water a day, and of course, I don't do that. But anyway, so that was the day today. Today is my birthday, which is beautiful. Love birthdays. And today I am 52 years old. Wow, 52. And don't nobody know. I'm not one to really be telling everybody it's my birthday and all that other kind of stuff. But got a call from Kalimba and Carissa, and soon enough, I'm sure mother family reach out to me. We got that 7-hour difference, but feels good to be alive, of course, at 52, and it feels even better to be 52 in the motherland. So real happy about that. But anyway, guys, that was my venture today. I'm kind of handy, kind of a fix-it person. So even as I look at those quarters, those workers' quarters in the back, and it looks much better because, again, Vasco's done a lot of cleaning to them. Still some things I want to do to make them just a little more cozy, a little more cozy. He got him a bed in there and all that stuff. So, okay. But anyway, that's it. Until the next video. Kwaheri.
Ule walori,